welcome to my channel. This is another of the card series that I'm showing the cards that I made over the past year during the quarantine. I haven't done my usual videos where I show how to create the cards, but I wanted you to see what I've been working on. This is I think this is the fourth or the fifth in the series so far, but please check out the other videos that I have, as with all the other videos on my channel. I'm going to go through and show each one card one at a time, but I'm not going to show you how to create these cards. I keep my finished cards in these plastic sleeves, which I get from Amazon, to protect it, to keep the dust and grime off of it, and make sure all the embellishments stick with it. So let's go through them. These cards are cards that I send out once a month, to all of my friends and family, so that they could have a little bit of happy mail coming to their house during this crisis time, and to be a little cheered. So this one says, "Dreaming of when we will be together again," and it has a quote at the bottom, "Live in the Sunshine" by Ralph Waldo Emerson. I created it using a finger dauber, and I dragged the colors across one at a time in the color of the rainbow. And inside it says, "We are always stronger together." This card was very cheery, and who doesn't like a rainbow? At the end of this video, I'm going to show all the cards that I created one at a time, so that you can get a closer up view of everything. The next card features these Stampin' Up! Butterflies from the, what's the stamp set called? Papillon Potpourri. And it has a matching punch, which cuts out the little butterfly. They've been really sparkled up with a Wink of Stella pen, but you can't really see it on the video. I took a 12 by 12 piece of paper and cut it up, and I decided to cut it on the diagonal to do a little bit of difference and make it a little bit more interesting. Also, I used a strip of black. And inside it says, "There is nothing in the caterpillar that tells you it is going to be a butterfly," which I felt was a wonderful sentiment. Excuse me. And this is another version. Excuse me. Go in the opposite direction. And this little guy I thought was so cute, and I thought it would be cheering anybody up to get it. A little sloth hanging upside down, and it says, "Hang in there." And it says, "Take it one step at a time. You got this. You'll rock it." And I did two versions of that card. When you cut a 12 by 12 down into A4, you'll end up with a strip of paper 2 inches wide. So that's what this is here. So I used all of the paper. It's not a true one sheet wonder, but it's using up the paper in the most efficient way. And this is a Stampin' Up! Stamp featuring a girl looking off in the distance with an umbrella, and it says, "Wishing you brighter days to come." Again, cut down 12 by 12 paper. And it has the same saying again, "Take it one step at a time. You got this. You'll rock it." And here is a koala bear hanging up. And if you have seen the video for the holidays, this is the bottom part of the poppy paper, which I use in one of the card design, because I don't like throwing away stuff, and this was very easy to do with strips of paper. And again, another strip card featuring the strips of paper from the larger piece and a girl just dancing in the rain. And it says, life may not be the party we had hoped for, but we might as well dance. But while we're here, we might as well dance. And I have another rainbow card featuring this little mouse blowing the dandelions, and I thought tied it in great with a little dandelion stamp that I had, and it looks like he's blowing it into the paper. It says, dreaming of when we will be together again, your dandy. And here is the same sentiment on another layout. Again, this is a designer series paper which is featured in the front of the card, and I cut this at 2 inches by 3 inches, so you'll get a lot of cards by 12 by 12 paper with this dimension. This is a very easy and simple card design to follow. And this is another one featuring dandelions with a little bow on the stem. Now and then it is good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. And I thought that this was the first card I sent out, actually. Now that I think about it, when I started sending the Happy Mail for the pandemic, this was the first one. And inside is a quote from Desmond Tutu. Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. And it also says, everything will be okay in the end. If it isn't okay, it isn't the end. And again, designer series paper makes this card, and it says, life is a matter of moments. The simple moments bring great joy, is what it says. And here's another one with the same sentiment. This was a 12 by 12 sheet that I cut down to get this side of it. Sometimes you get scrapbook paper which has all one design over it, and that's not really useful for card making, but sometimes you can just cut one of the elements out and get a card, and the rest of the paper you can use it in something else where you need a smaller piece. And this is featuring that lighthouse again from an earlier video. It's a 2-step, and these 3 banners which tie in with the colors of it. It said, let hope be your lighthouse, beckoning you through stormy seas. And inside it says, in high tide or low tide, I'll be by your side. And finally, I have this card which says, believe. And it has a quote from Theodore Roosevelt, you can, and you're, believe you can, and you're halfway there. And this is a owl punch, which I stacked on top to give it a little dimension. And the inside it says, always remember, because sometimes we forget to think about the good things that are going on in our lives when the bad things become more prominent. But just step back and take a look at the good things. They're always there. So that was those cards. I'm going to have a close-up of each of those cards at the end of this video, as I mentioned, and I hope you stick around for that. I'd like to thank everyone for watching these and all my videos on my channel, and take care everyone, and stay safe and stay inside. Wear a mask. Take care.